Hello everyone, my name is Phawx. This is the FlyDigi Stinger, which is a funny name because it is the next product line above or adjacent to the FlyDigi Wasp. Now, if anyone recalls, this particular product that I reviewed 2 months ago-ish is really cool tech. It uses the same principle, so you can see that this is using their CapAir mapping technology. Essentially what that means is, in this particular variant, this particular product, if you were to press B, it would actually line up. Where is B? The B button would press right there, as if you were to press with your finger on the capacitive sensor itself. Additionally, for the analog sticks, the trigger buttons and the analog stick, if you were to move the analog stick, it would be as if you were moving your finger over that area, which is really cool. So they've gone ahead and made this new product, which is just a set of triggers, and you can see that there has been a lot of care made into this product. So I've been using it for a bit. There are two small gotchas, and one is related to a phone, the other one is related to this particular product, in that it only will accommodate certain size phones. Now, all modern phones are fairly thin. This is the Galaxy S8 Plus. Now, the problem is that if you have a thicker case, you're not going to fit that in this cavity, in this recess, for your phone to fit in there. You will need a pretty thin case, even on your thin phone, to fit this Stinger. So that is literally the only thing that I could say as a negative, is that it doesn't have a very wide list of supported cases because of the dimensions. So that's the only negative thing that I will say about this. Everything else about this device has been made reasonably well. There has been a lot of attention to detail that I like, and I'll go over those in a moment. If you're interested in this product, FlyDigi did send this over to me for review. I'm going to be linking the description for the Indiegogo campaign below in the description field. If you're interested in it, the early bird pricing for $17 is still active. If you missed that, it does go to $20. So it's $20 for a set, not just for one, so you get the left and right pair. Now, let's just quickly go over some things here. Things that I really like. There is no on or off button. This little switch you see here is actually single fire mode or multi-fire mode, auto fire mode. So how does it turn on? You literally just press the button and it starts going immediately. Now, the one thing that increases their compatibility here, and you can kind of see it if I can, how may I get in there? You can actually see it right there. Let me go ahead and focus for you. So right there you can see that this is where the capacitive button is pressed to be the area. So it's far simpler in design. It's not as intrinsic as this was, because this had to work over a very specific distance. There's very specific areas where this was meant to work. So the compatibility was less. This one aims to have far greater compatibility, obviously with the caveat of fitting within this. Now, there are some interesting things here. So here's the micro USB charging. It charges really fast. It goes to sleep very fast and turns on almost instantly as soon as you press the button, which means that your startup time is as fast as applying it on your phone, which is super cool. Now, the other thing to note is that the trigger button is contoured to your button. So this is the left trigger. You can see that my left hand is right there, and I'm going to get the right one out as well. Now, the one thing that's worth noting is that it's really about your phone that you should also be aware of. You can see my volume rockers. I apologize, I'm using a different phone. Normally I record with my Galaxy S8 and it would autofocus a lot better. You can see my volume rocker right here. Now the problem with that is that when I need to put this device on, I have to be aware that I don't put this device, oh my goodness, the focus on this thing. I have to be conscious of where I put this device so that I don't hit the volume rocker, which means that it goes fairly off the beaten path. It's kind of like way over here, just so that I don't hit any of the volume rockers. And it feels fine enough, but it's, I don't know. I generally prefer to have the trigger right here. So, I don't know, we'll go through that. Let's go and take a look ahead and see what's in the box. Now, you're going to be getting two of these boxes. I did have a second box, except when it arrived to me, it arrived with water damage. So let's go ahead and open it up. You can see this is the little micro USB charging cable. You're going to get two of these, because you're obviously going to get two of these devices. And then inside is the one left or right. And you can see, let me go ahead and take this off. You can see right here that they are both contoured. So they are specific with which one you want to use, and they feel really nice. So let me go and just demo them for you. Give me 1 second. Alright, so now if anyone recalls, I had used the Paint app to just kind of show how it worked previously. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that on. We're going to slip this in, right? No, Bixie. Okay, so we'll move that over. Okay, now it is on, and now it automatically goes. So now if you press a button, you can see the color changes as I press the button. No on switch, just immediately turns on and is extremely rapid with how quickly it turns on. Now this is on single fire mode. You can see that right there. Now what happens if I switch over to multi-fire mode, which is in right now? All you have to do is just hold down the trigger, and you can see that it's rapidly pressing the button. So those are the two modes. I don't really think that autofire, move back to improve focus, I don't think that autofire is super necessary. But let's go ahead and I'm going to show you a very quick demo of Fortnite. We're not going to go too far into it. I'm just going to show you like how to set things up just so that you can get it working. Give me 1 second. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into a game real quick just so you can see me like kind of moving around. So the one thing that you want to do is you want to go into the HUD layout tool, and you can already see that I've already moved my firing reticule up here, and then jump is up over here. So we'll go ahead and wait until I can get into a matchmaking game, and I'll just kind of move around within the matchmaking lobby. I'll exit that, and we can take a look at some other games that will benefit from having a trigger button instead of you using the thumb button itself. Alright, so now we're in a game. You can see that I'm moving around, and you can see just by pressing the button, I'm firing. Pressing this, I jump. So if you were just looking at having simple triggers, it does make things feel a bit nicer, although honestly I would prefer the FlyDigi Wasp for moving around the analog stick, because using an analog stick virtual-like is, I don't know, it's kind of gross. Even just moving around with your thumb. I'm not the biggest fan of doing this. I much prefer physical controls, and the day that an actual gaming phone exists is the day that I will be happy. Anywho, let's go ahead and jump into another game that I think would benefit from these types of controls. Alrighty, so here's Geometry Dash, which is a very simple game because it just requires you to... Oopsie. Oh, it's triggering the pause button. Okay, let's go ahead and do that again. Let's jump over that, shall we? So I'm going to go ahead and show you... Oh, son of a... This is what I get for looking at my viewfinder. I will show you what this looks like on the device itself, and just to kind of point out again how very little room there actually is between the case and this device. Obviously, my device is raw now. It's without a case whatsoever. Ugh. Alright, so that's that. Let's go ahead and close this. So again, here is the device, and you can see you really don't have a tremendous amount of room for a case. I'm trying to focus on this. There really isn't. It's already kind of as flat as it can kind of be. There isn't a tremendous amount of room. So again, if you plan on buying the FlyDigi Stinger, it will come as a set of two. They are very well designed. The contouring for the finger feels great. The actuation, the button actuation is very, very nice. Charging is easy. Autofire, automatically turn on, automatically turn off. There's no button to like kind of set up, no Bluetooth, no nothing. They're very simple to set up and get going. They are very well designed. They have a very, very small compatibility range for different types of cases and stuff. That's literally the only negative that I could say about this device. Otherwise, there was a lot of care and attention put into it. These guys are doing amazing things. I wish that they would make other types of game controls for phones. We'll see. As it is right now, I can recommend them with the caveat that you have to make sure that it's going to fit your phone. Other than that, they're really cool if this is what you're looking for. If you just wanted triggers to be added to games, this is something that is small, charges fast, automatically turns on. It's foolproof. It's really well designed. Again, the description for the FlyDigi Stinger is in the description field. It'll go over to Indiegogo. Early bird pricing is still available for $17. Goes to $20 after that. That's it. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for watching.